Welcome back to Calvin's Corner 72. This is my SEC challenge. Can you pick better than me? Guys and gals, we had an awesome week last week. I mean, it was awesome. So awesome, in fact, I actually picked a perfect week. I have never done that before that I know of. And so I made it very hard on everybody. So if you didn't make a perfect pick where you won every game, you didn't get an entry. However, there was 3 that did win an entry. But before I tell you who the 3 entries are, I want to tell you who won. Alabama beat Vanderbilt. Georgia beat Mississippi State. Auburn won over Missouri. Florida pulled it out again and beat Kentucky this week, 28-27, just 1 point. LSU beat Syracuse. Texas A&M beat Arkansas. Tennessee beat UMass. And South Carolina beat Louisiana Tech. That is freaking awesome. That is week 4, okay? Here's everybody's picks from week 4. I picked a perfect week, all right? Now, what I did, I messed up. On the description of my video, I was called out by a couple of folks that I had picked Georgia, and I had picked, let's see, Georgia, Mississippi State, I think is what it was, as the game of the week. And then in my description, I actually put that it was Florida, Kentucky. So with that being said, I was going to use both games as the game of the week because I don't have to just pick one. I can pick 2. And I may do it again this week. And that just means there's another chance for y'all to get an entry. So stay tuned and be up on par of what I'm talking about when I'm doing these going over these games. So listen closely and you can get extra points, extra entries. All right? So with that being said, I made a perfect pick, as you can see, and I went down the list. Huntwood Hideaway missed 2. Tennessee Bull only missed 1. And a lot of them were the first game or the last game, the Texas A&M Arkansas or the Florida Kentucky game, where a lot of people missed. Dark Matter missed 4. Lila Dykes got an entry. Perfect pick. Kevin Aker, you got a perfect pick as well. You got an entry, brother. GAS, Great American Survival, Marvin, you only missed 1. Very close. A lot of people just missed 1. Effective Style missed 3. Palmetto Paratrooper only missed 1. Not Just Rocks missed 3. John and Deb Farrison, I hope I said that right, missed 1. Kentucky Wildcats 18 missed 1. Jared Dilly missed 2. Southern Food Junkie missed 3. Christian Janaki Show, you had a perfect pick. You got an entry. Tracy Azil, you missed 2. G-Money missed 1. Shane's World missed 2. Big Boy Bushcraft missed 2. Wade Hughes, you missed 2, brother. John Sellers missed only 1. And Country Girl Catfishing, very good. You only missed 2. That's very good. The way I'm doing it is if you got to beat me or you got to beat me in the game of the week or you got to have a perfect pick. And this week, I picked it all right, even the game of the week, even both game of the week. See, I wrote game of the week 2 and game of the week 1. So I changed that here so I could talk to y'all about that and remind myself to let y'all know. Now, the overall, as of right now, week 1, Michael Morris got an entry. John Sellers got an entry. Marvin at Great American Survival got an entry. And Infected Styles got an entry. Week 3, nobody got it. 2, nobody got an entry. Week 3, nobody got an entry. Week 4, Lila Dykes got an entry. Kevin Aker and Christian Janaki Show. So that's it, y'all. That's all. There's only 7 people that's got an entry. So if I draw tomorrow, 3 of them's going to get something. So they almost got a 50-50 chance. Don't quit. Keep playing. Hang in there. It's going to get better. All right. Let's roll on over to week 5. This is week 5. Please put the picks from top to bottom. Please pick Florida or Vanderbilt. And then just put a comma and go to the next one. Arkansas or New Mexico State, whichever one you want. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you that Florida is going to be home in Gainesville again this week. They are a 9.5-point favorite. Right here you can see the spread over Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt is a very tough team. They've only lost one game, and that was to Alabama. So Florida's ranked. Vanderbilt's not ranked. They're very close in the standings. I'm going to take Florida, even though Vanderbilt gives us fits, and they're probably one of the best seasons they've ever had. I'm still going to go with Florida, okay? Y'all can do what you want on that one. All right, and that game starts at 12 p.m., okay? These times may change as well. 12 p.m. also, Arkansas Razorbacks are playing New Mexico State. New Mexico State is not a good college. I mean, I ain't going to say they're not a good college, but they're not a 1A college. So I'm going to take Arkansas. Georgia, Tennessee, I'm calling this game of the week. That's a big game. Georgia, Tennessee is always going to be an awesome game. Georgia's actually a 7.5-point favorite, but we don't go with points on here. You just pick the winner. I'm going with Georgia. Even though they're in Knoxville, I'm still going to go with Georgia. They're looking really tough. Tennessee, if you think about it, if they wouldn't have lost to Florida, they'd have been undefeated going into this game, and both of these teams would have been ranked pretty well. So that's why I named this the game of the week. So pick them. If you take Tennessee and you win, you get an entry. All right, moving on. Eastern Kentucky's playing Kentucky, and they are in Lexington, Kentucky. So, and this is a 4 p.m. game. I'm sorry, the Georgia game was at 3:30. Kentucky's a 14.5-point favorite, and I know why, because Eastern Michigan is a 2A college. Therefore, Kentucky's probably going to romp them. Mississippi State, Auburn. This is another huge game. Huge game. Mississippi State was rocking and rolling. They've only lost one game, and that was last week to Georgia, if I'm not mistaken. And so they are going to be in Auburn, Alabama. I'm going to take Auburn because Auburn's a 9.5 favorite, but that's not the reason why. I just like them at home, and they're ranked. Both these teams are ranked. You know what I mean? So it's awesome. That starts at 6 o'clock. I'm going to take Auburn, okay? LSU is playing Troy. There's another one of these games that's kind of upside down, and they're Baton Rouge, Louisiana, so I'm going to take Louisiana. LSU, baby. Go SEC. South Carolina, Texas A&M. Another huge game. Another huge game. South Carolina, they're coming off a loss. Texas A&M, I tell you, they're going to be in Texas. I've got to give it to Texas A&M. I know South Carolina's been playing good, and I went with them about all year. I'm going to have to take Texas A&M on this one. I don't know how South Carolina's been going on the road, but you can look at it. Texas A&M is a 9-point favorite. So that the favorites usually tell you which one's the strongest team, but it isn't always correct, okay? Ole Miss, Alabama. Well, I'm taking Alabama, even though Ole Miss did show up a couple years ago, if not last year, I think maybe a couple years ago, and they beat Alabama. So, yeah, Alabama's 4-0, but they have only played one game in the SEC. Ole Miss, this is their first contest as far as their division in the SEC, but I'm taking Alabama. And if you look at it, all these teams have played. There's only one team that is 2-0 in the SEC. That's East and West, and that is Florida. They're 2-0. All right, y'all. Get your picks in. Starting at the top, go to the bottom. Y'all have a good one. Good luck. I'm sorry I put this out too late, but or put it late this week. But all I got to say is go Gators, baby. This is the SEC Challenge 2017-18, Week 5. Get it done. Do it.